Yo, podcasters, check it, we here to thrill. Talking 80s flicks, and ain't gonna drink our fill. Got our brews ice cold, turn the volume up. From Top Gun to Ghostbusters, never get enough. Collaborate and listen to our reminiscing. Back to the Future and the Goonies crew. Pop the top, sit back, got a beer or two. Rock those big hairstyles and neon light craze. 80s tunes in the mix, rocking all our days. Collaborate and listen to our reminiscing.
All right, we are recording. What's up, everyone? Episode 22 of Collaborate and Listen. It's the birthday episode.
Yep.
Yeah, what we got going on today?
We're going to be talking about 16 Candles. We picked this movie because the whole movie was basically about her family forgetting that it was her birthday.
Yeah.
But we'll get more into that. Today is Charlie's birthday. My birthday was this past Sunday.
Yeah.
So
You didn't forget my birthday. I didn't forget yours. So not quite like the movie.
Yeah.
But
but I thought it was appropriate.
appropriate.
Yeah.
It's the birthday movie.
Yeah.
All right. We did a bonus episode. You know, we just released it today or last night. By the time this one releases, it'll be maybe a couple days, but
You can see some of the cans
yeah,
left
we
over
got
from
some after
this
effects.
past weekend. It was by far our longest episode. Drinking that many beers, I didn't realize that it was that long.
Yeah, we just kept going, but we had to get through. We got through. There's three. I mean, there's a bunch. We got through a bunch of beer.
Yeah. There's three missing. That's the three that we picked.
But that was a fun episode. We talked about 80s music. We didn't have a movie. So we did a lot more music stuff. We got a special phone call from
Cousin
Keith. That was a fun little thing too. And we just kind of quizzed each other. Just kind of hung out, talk story.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm coughing right at the beginning of this. Maybe I needed some beer to help get rid of this cough.
Yes.
All right. So I brought the beer today. Last time George brought beer back from California. I got beer. Some of this is from Seattle, from the trip that I took to Seattle. And then Superfan Chase, my son Chase, he surprised me. He came home. We talked about, we had a special anniversary dinner. And he came home for the dinner and brought a whole bunch of beer. And so we're drinking some of the beer that he brought tonight, drinking some beer tonight that he brought back. So thank you again, Chase, for bringing the beer. And we'll start with one of the ones that he brought. All right, and this one is called Fluffy Tangerine Clouds. My glasses. I said I printed my facts and I printed everything big. What I didn't take into account is that everything on the beer is still small. All right, so this is
I have my glasses. You need.
I don't even know. Oh, there's a C on there. So Second Chance Brew Company Tangerine Hazy IPA, born and bred in San Diego. So this one's from San Diego, brought over from California.
Little tangerines and clouds on the can there.
Get that closer so you can see that. I mean, fluffy. Sounds good.
Yep.
It looks
Fresh squeezed orange juice.
It looks very dark and thick, and I don't think I think it's just I don't think it's a double, but it pours like a double. It pours like a big.
Ooh. And we're back to the big cans. This past
All right,
weekend,
yeah.
we were just drinking 12 ounces.
Yeah, this is a bigger pour than what we did. All right,
Happy birthday.
Cheers! Happy birthday!
You can smell the oranges.
Yeah, the tangerine it's strong. It's good. You can taste the
I like it.
the citrus. Yeah, I like it. It's. I mean, you see how dark that is. It's. I mean, unfiltered, hazy looking, but I mean, it looks like really dark.
Might have some sediment at the end.
I did see a little sediment in there. So, yeah, we'll go a quick quaffable scale. I know we've been kind of trending on the high side, but Yeah, I'll for me, yeah, 7.5 is pretty high rating for me. I'll give it a solid 7.5. What do you think?
Yep. And again, I have
Yeah,
slid my scale a little to the right.
you're
So I'm gonna
trending
give
even higher.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, and
I like it.
alcohol content. I do have my glasses. Yeah. Well, what do you think for alcohol content while I get my
I'm gonna
glasses here?
guess 7.
See, I'm thinking it does taste big, and I mean 7 would be a pretty big IPA. It
Yeah.
does taste about 7. I'll go a little less just because it didn't say double, so I'll say 6.8, but it does pour and taste pretty big. 25 IBU, yep, not super high on the bitters. 7.0 alcohol by volume.
Ooh.
You are a professional,
I'm
my
getting
friend.
good at this.
This juicy, hazy IPA will leave you feeling like you're floating on a cloud, a fluffy tangerine cloud. All right. Second Chance Beer proudly supports local dog rescues. So,
Oh,
George and Lisa,
Awesome.
very good with dog rescues.
Yeah.
We got the filter on, but you've heard dogs barking, and
of
one
course,
of,
we
one
have
of
the
those
filter
dogs
on
are-
and nobody's barking right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't hear the
Yeah.
beer opening or anything. All right. But yeah, we got 16 candles coming up in a little bit. I did some fact checks from the last episode. Did you look up anything?
No, I wrote down all of them, but I was whatever you don't get to. There were things that I wanted to look up.
To
So
touch on?
if you didn't look them up, I will bring them up on the next one because
Well, before we get to the fact checks, we talked wrestling
Yeah.
on a bunch of episodes, and we don't have anything about Hulk Hogan written down or researched, but a quick cheers
Yeah.
to
To-
Hulk Hogan,
the
who
40-inch pythons.
Terry Bollea, I think.
Yeah.
Recently
He passed away this morning.
just passed, and yeah,
I didn't
there's-
really look into it much, other than he was 71. I don't know how he
was it
passed away.
I think it was
Yeah,
I think it was a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
I also heard, yeah, he maybe wasn't in the best health, and I mean, no surprise. I mean, somebody passes away. And,
Yeah.
I mean, every
But hey, living 71 Hulk Hogan years is a pretty good way to go. I mean,
yeah, I've listened to a couple of podcasts. I mean, you just with wrestlers in general, one like Jake the Snake, the Undertaker. Man, listen to the Joe Rogan. I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast with the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Man, these guys are just beat up, and
Yeah.
So
they're literally like
you-
stuntmen.
Yeah.
That's basically what
every
they are.
day,
Yeah.
that's what you do. So
They put themselves in harm's way.
yeah. So thank you, Hulk, for all that. All right. All right. Couple of fact checks that I looked up. So I wrote down that we thought Dennis Quaid might have been in the movie Stripes, and I said, I remember watching the movie. I don't remember Dennis Quaid being affiliated with it. I mean, he's not listed as.
And I figured
as
he
a
must have
main
been like a
actor.
cameo appearance or something. Or was he not in it at all?
So he did appear in it. I watched a YouTube video where it was not truth or dare, but true or false. And they were asking him questions about things that come up on the internet. Like, is it true that you were in Stripes? And he said, yes, it was true. He was in the movie Stripes, but not initially credited because his wife at the time was in the movie. I forget who he was. I forget her name, who he was married to, but she was someone that was in the movie. So he was on set all the time.
I think there's only 2 females, and they're the 2 MPs that I could think of.
Do you know their names?
No.
Yeah. So he was actually just walking around. He wasn't even like dressed or like it wasn't a cameo or anything, but he was filmed in the background. He said he wasn't even in like any special clothes. But with the Film Actors Guild and everything, because he appeared, then they had to credit him for being in the movie. And so he was extra at graduation ceremony.
Yeah, I wonder when Stripes came out.
is how he gets credited.
Because at what point in his career was he after Inner Space?
I think I saw a picture online and it looked probably before Inner Space, but after Caveman. Okay, now also what came up during this is that Randy Quaid is Dennis Quaid's brother.
Yeah.
And I did not know that. I think of Randy Quaid as National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation and some of those roles.
See, crazy cousin Eddie.
Yeah, but he's Dennis Quaid's brother. I mean, they do have the last name, so it's not like, how would I ever know that? But I did not know. And when they were talking about something, I had to write that down. That wasn't a fact check. We never said any of that, but that's a fact.
That is a fact.
It's a fact. One of the fact checks that I did want to check out, I said, there was a Super Bowl halftime show that was
The 3D one.
3D.
Yeah.
Fact. That is true. That was 1989. It was
Oh.
Super Bowl 23, and it was titled Bebop Bamboozled in 3D.
Interesting.
It did not make it. It wasn't like super popular,
Yes.
and might have actually been one of the halftime shows that made them move to getting artists to perform, and Michael Jackson in particular, which was Super Bowl 27. So this was 23, and by 27 they got Michael Jackson on there. And this, I don't remember. I mean, I didn't really watch the Super Bowl before, like when I was in middle school, and I remember watching it, but definitely not halftime shows, or I didn't even really watch it. We were kind of there. Yeah. The kids were all playing outside. The parents are watching. The kids are just running around.
It probably wasn't until like the internet that the commercials became like a big thing.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd notice them, but it was like not. It wasn't talked about like how it is now. Like everybody, like there's people that look forward to the commercials.
Yeah, because I think even now the halftime shows, you almost watch it more after on social media, more than you're watching it during the Super Bowl. During that time, you're out making food and doing all that. Oh, microphone. Lucy lost his microphone. Okay, the other thing I looked up was Laugh Olympics. We talked a bunch about Laugh Olympics, and we're like, there's the Yogi Yahoos, the Scooby Doobies, or Scooby,
Really Rotten.
and the Really Rottens, and then we're like, what is that? What is the other team? There was no other team.
Oh, it was the three.
That was it.
The three.
Those
I know,
are
because
the
Captain Caveman was on one, and there was a bunch. Yeah,
and then we're
I
like,
liked it.
and then we're trying to explain what Laugh Olympics was, and we're like, it's just like that ABC like Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah.
So come to find out, fact check, it was based off of Battle of the Network Stars. Like Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera actually created this as a spoof, I guess, of the Network Stars, Battle of the Network Stars. So Battle of the Network Stars was 1 year earlier than the Laugh Olympics.
Oh.
But yeah, they did 24 episodes, and I didn't copy all the teams down, but I did copy down the Scooby Doobies. So see if these bring back some memories. So Scooby Doo was the team captain. Shaggy Rogers, if you didn't know Shaggy's last name, Shaggy Rogers. And then Scooby Dum. A lot of people don't even know who Scooby Dum is, but he was from the Scooby Doo show. You remember anybody else from Scooby Doo show?
Who did they have? They had Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo.
They had Scrappy D,
I don't remember
which
Scrappy
was
Doo.
she was a female, and then had Scooby Dum.
And they also have Dynamite. So
Dynamite was
well, Dynamite was not from Scooby Doo, but Dynamite was another dog. He had his own show called Dynamite Dog Wonder. But I remember him being on the the Scooby Doobies.
Wasn't Dynamite from the? There was like a superhero that he was the. I can't think of that guy.
The
now.
Blue Falcon.
Yeah.
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 So Dynamite was with the Blue Falcon. So Blue
Yeah.
Falcon was also on the Scooby Doobies. Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
He was on the Scooby Doobies. What the hell did Captain Caveman do? He was all like, he had his club. That was his like,
Yeah.
kind of superpower,
That was
wasn't
like
it?
his Rambo knife because the thing would open up and it had like a little.
He could fly, right? He could
Yeah,
fly
he could
with
fly,
it. He
yeah,
could, it was,
the mini pterodactyl would come out with the candle.
but his show was Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels. So I believe Brenda Chance, Taffy Dare, and Dee Dee Skies are the Teen Angels that were also on the Scooby Doobies. Speed Buggy,
I remember Speed Buggy.
Speed Buggy, and Tinker. I don't remember Tinker, but I do remember Speed Buggy. I mean, they raced a lot with actual Speed Buggy. Babu was character from Genie. I don't know who that is. And of course, Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong food.
So yeah, that was just the Scooby Dooby team. And the Really Rottens, the Really Rottens were actually not a lot of them came from other shows. They were just mostly
There are villains created for that.
for the
particular thing,
Battle
yeah.
of the Network Stars, and they're always setting
They had like Snidely and
booty traps.
they had
You mean
yeah,
booty traps?
that's what I said.
That's so they were good. All right. Oh, thirsty George.
Yeah.
I'm because you're not fact.
Yeah,
you're not
talking
you're not
more,
fact
so I'm
checking.
drinking.
All right. And I got one last fact check that I looked up, and it was around Road Rules. So he said,
Oh,
didn't
Yeah.
MTV have a Battle of the Network Stars type of program? And so Road Rules was not the challenge thing, but so Road Rules was they actually had like people from the real world go on, and it wasn't only people from the real world, but anyway, so Road Rules people, they basically traveled across the country, they completed challenges and did stuff. But eventually they started a show called Road Rules All Stars Real World Road Rules Challenge. And
because I watched Real World.
they did a challenge show that was between Real World and Road
Rules.
Rules, and they competed against each other, and it was like Battle of the Network Stars. And then it turned into this show, and I mentioned this. I did mention that there's this show called The Challenge. And if you watch The Challenge now, they have people from Survivor and from
Mhm.
all of these different reality shows,
It was kind of like Battle of the Network Stars,
and
Or
it's
they
all
Battle of the reality shows.
reality shows. And they vote people off, and they do but yeah, it's on. There's been 40 seasons
Huh.
of The Challenge since 1998, and so yeah, I watch it. It's fun. It's a little bit of Survivor where you're voting people off, but you do have this physical challenge where you have to be in shape and you can win prizes, win money. It's all good.
So on the last, I did manage while you were talking. I did manage to do some of the fact checks that I wanted.
All right. Well,
So one of the now you can drink
Yeah.
because I'll do the talking. But one of the things that we brought up was about so Inner Space was in 1987, and I mentioned that Fantastic Voyage was a
Kinda
take of
based off,
Fantastic
yeah.
Voyage, and Fantastic Voyage was a decade earlier, and it was actually 2 decades earlier
wow.
because Fantastic Voyage was 1966. So
And so in 1966, they had a show that did portray a shrinking of some sort and going.
yeah, I think they injected a person into a body probably to find out what was wrong with
Some
them or something.
medical-
Yeah, I forget. We probably have to look more into that.
Yeah, what
but
I wonder what
it's
that
out of our range of
what that
movies to
special
watch.
effects look like.
Yeah, and one of the other things we asked was because Susudio made you feel like so happy if there was meaning, and there is no meaning.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. So they said that Susudio is a nonsense word created by Phil Collins for his hit song of the same name. He improvised the word while writing the music and unable to find a replacement that fit the melody.
That's funny. Just play Susu something,
Yeah,
Susu
that just
Studio
fits.
something, and yeah, we'll go with that. All right. Okay, well, and the fact checks for me.
Yep,
That's it.
that's all I got. I have a couple others that I am gonna look up, but it still would come into play when we come back to that. But it was about the multi-generational number one song.
Oh yeah,
Because I was saying
look that up
about sitting on the dock of the bay, coming back as number one
more.
in 3 different generations.
I did look up or had AI look up some of that, and yeah, we got get a little more into like
Yeah.
where that was. But all right, let's get our next. All right, so this is not from Chase. This is one that I picked up from Seattle, and I saw the title. So Pulpatine Hazy IPA. Just look at that. Just the name of it. I was like, oh, we gotta have this. It is another great notion. I said that when I go to Seattle, I'm gonna go back to that craft bottle shop, and I'm not only gonna buy Great Notion, and then I bought 90% Great Notion because they had still a whole bunch of different stuff. George, you're gonna I just smelt it, and I already know.
Dank? Is it dank?
I'm not even gonna taste it. I'll just give it a 9 on the quaffable scale. I can just tell you, just from that whiff that I got there, it's a 9, and it's a 6.7. All right.
We'll try this.
Cheers. Look. Okay, so that right, not that dark. I mean, this is what a hazy IPA looks like. So also for our birthday, I brought all hazy IPAs.
Oh,
these are all
nice.
hazies. Yeah. It's a 9.
Yep. I'll take a 9.
It's a 9.
I'll take a 9.
This does it has like mango. I do like the mango. It has some kind of fruity flavor. It has something in there that is delicious. What did I say? Okay, you want to give your alcohol? Did you give a guess for alcohol?
6.7. I'll go at 6.5.
It's another 7. It's another 7%. These guys are doing good. Good job, Palpatine. This is a collaboration with Equilibrium Brewing.
Nice.
So very good. This comes
Great
out of
Notion. I don't think we've had any bad Great Notions.
Nah, Great Notion is always good. So
in case you're wondering, we did switch from our Snyder rods.
yeah,
We got the
you see the rods going in.
Snack Factory pretzel chips. Pretty sure my wife got this from Costco for some.
I just got a text before we get into our next segment. I got a text. So super fan cousin Keith just sent a text. Breaking news. Cousin Keith has his text read live during taping of Collaborate and Listen episode 22. Very good, Cousin Keith, keeping up with our episodes. Hey guys, I'm about 40 minutes into episode 21.5. 1, I enjoyed my phone-in segment. George, here's the layup for you. Finish this LL Cool J classic. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. Nope. Yeah. That's not a layup, Cousin Keith.
Yeah. That's like a logo shot.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. All right.
I can't even think of something that would rhyme with that.
Yeah. Fans out there, super fans, if you can finish that line from LL Cool J, you're doing better than us. All right. We'll have to fact check that later. Keith, you're listening. Send me that text. All right. Now, number 2, Keith has a favorite Maui Brewing Company. So we did a whole bunch of, if you're not, again, we mentioned that we did record a whole bunch of Maui Brewing drinks. And he says his favorite Maui Brewing Company beer is Mango Sticky Rice IPA, which we did not have here.
But I have tried it. And I like it.
Yeah, I did try it too. Like I just mentioned mango, and I do like the mango taste in IPA. So yeah, that's a good one. Good choice, Keith. All right, favorite underappreciated 80s rap group. So if you listen to 21.5 or listen to it later, we did talk a lot about 80s rap songs, the 80s rap groups. We named a bunch and we went down the rabbit hole. His favorite underappreciated 80s rap group, Rodney O and DJ Joe Cooley. Everlasting Bass and Cooley High.
I just was listening to that.
Really? I don't know these songs. And he says, by the way, saw them in concert.
Of course.
So if you listen to the Cousin Keith episode, we did a quiz with him, and he went to like every concert. Basically, that was part of that.
I saw the Beastie Boys.
All right. And number 4, last thing he's got on this text. I'll end with special July 24th birthday wishes to Charlie. That's for me. His son, Braden, and J-Lo. So we share birthdays with J-Lo. I didn't know that J-Lo had the same birthday as me, but I know every year on my birthday, I get a special text from Keith and his family, and they remember that it's my birthday because it's also their son's birthday, and I send them. So happy birthday, Braden. Apparently he listened to one of our episodes. You might imagine which one it was, probably the one that his dad was
Yeah.
on. But we're trying to get him to listen to more. So Braden, happy birthday. And go listen to more Collaborate and Listen, please.
Yeah, become a super fan.
Become a super fan. You can pick movies. You can do all kinds of things.
You can even call us up in the middle of a show.
We'll even take your call.
Yeah.
All right. It is now time for Be Kind.
Rewind.
And the movie that we are reviewing is 16 Candles. Quick plot overview. Not a quick one. This is actually a long one. 16 Candles follows high school sophomore Samantha Baker. I don't know. Siri. Let's try again. 16 Candles follows high school sophomore Samantha Baker, who is mortified when her entire family forgets her 16th birthday due to the impending wedding of her older sister. As she navigates this oversight, Sam is also dealing with an I don't even know what that word is. She's dealing with a crush on popular senior Jake Ryan and the persistent, unwelcome advances of nerdy freshman Ted. Her day is a series of hilarious and often cringeworthy mishaps, from embarrassing encounters at school to a chaotic party. Through these experiences, Sam learns to appreciate herself and ultimately finds a sweet, unexpected connection with Jake Ryan, making her 16th birthday memorable after all. So, 16 Candles.
So first off, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. So when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, it was all just one day. The whole movie was basically
That's
a day,
true.
and then
she
the
wakes
next
up.
day is
She wakes up
sister's
at,
wedding.
a little bit for the wedding.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of I didn't remember. I kind of remember it being spread out along. I guess it's kind of like a lot more of those movies. They go through more. I guess Breakfast Club was kind of like that too, right? It's just like one detention.
day, one detention.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of them, they'll have like something where somebody learns something and they become something. They become something different, or they get better at something, and then at the end there's like the reward.
Yeah, you're gonna go through a whole movie. It goes through a segment. And to have it done in one day, it's not. Now, Weird Science.
Well, yeah, I guess Weird Science was like one of
It's
the.
kind of right. They created her. No, it was more than one day though. because they, yeah. All right, but yeah, these are some of the John Hughes. Maybe we're getting into like his
like
secret to
yeah.
success for movies.
his style. Yeah. So
That-
Breakfast Club was like one day, and 16 Candles. What else?
Yeah,
was
Weird Science wasn't a bunch of days. But yeah, so cast Samantha Baker was Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
And a lot of these we're talking John Hughes movies, and a lot of these people made their mark in the 80s through John Hughes movies. Jake Ryan was Michael Schoffling. The geek Ted was Anthony Michael Hall.
Farmer Ted.
Farmer Ted. Do you know what his last name was?
No, I just put down that he was a predator.
So Anthony Michael Hall was known in the movie and referenced as the geek. His name was Ted. He introduces himself to Sam as Farmer Ted. His name is actually, if you look at the credits at the end of the movie, Ted Farmer. So
Oh,
he's yeah. And so anyway, he does have a last name. His name is Ted Farmer. And then I got like Sam's dad and the mom and the sister, and I got a whole bunch of other people. Long Duck Dong was Getty Watanabe,
Yep.
who we're gonna do Gung Ho. We talked about that
Yeah.
as another movie. He was the main person in Gung Ho. There's a lot of controversy about him in this movie as far as like
Yeah.
playing
I found
play-
a bunch of
playing a Chinese boy, and he's Watanabe and he's Japanese, but John Cusack's in this movie. He's of course one of one of Ted's friends. He plays Bryce, and then Darren Harris plays Mike. He's also Ted's friend, and we had the two friends in there.
Was that Wheeze?
Yeah, and so I do have like Paul Dooley, Blanche Baker, and some of the grandpas and parents and all that, and they've done other things, but yeah, those are the main cast.
Yep. That's pretty much what I got. There was a few people. So there was someone that was mentioned. Her character's name was Patty.
Uh-huh.
That was actually Molly Ringwald's sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did she do in the movie?
I don't know. I didn't find out until afterwards that her sister was in it.
So I did look up. There's a girl in the movie that she's in like a brace, and she tries to drink water.
Joan Cusack.
After that,
Yeah.
That's Joan Cusack.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize her in the movie. I just I kind of like, oh, who is this character?
It's funny because she's listed as Geek Girl 1,
Oh,
which I don't even know if there's a Geek Girl 2, but she's Geek Girl 1. Did you mention Sam's best friend?
no, it's not.
So I was looking at her and I was like, she looks so familiar. So Sam's best friend, Robin,
Mhm.
was Jamie Gertz. We'll be getting into her a lot more, especially when we get into Lost Boys. We might do Less Than Zero. I've talked about Crossroads. She was in Crossroads also.
Yeah, a lot of movies.
But yeah, this movie was criticized more recently because of the whole Getty Watanabe thing. So I noticed, I saw this before I rewatched it, and I noticed it now, but it's like every time his name is either mentioned or he appears,
They play
there's a
gong.
Yeah, it's like an Asian gong.
Oh,
I was like, this is not PC.
I didn't think about that, but
at
as
all.
soon as you said that, I was like, "Yep, it's a gong." Oh, there's so much that you could not make that movie today with that
yeah.
character. I think they call him Chinaman.
Yeah.
He's and yeah, the
brothers like, I gotta share a bed with a guy named after a duck's dork.
Did you look up any more about the little brother? Like, he was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
He's classic. I think that his lines had to have been scripted, but if that guy was ad-libbing, if this kid could just
Yeah, we should look into it
Like-
if he was ever in anything else.
I did look up some of the other things that he was in. So I didn't write it down, but
Was he in Monster Squad? So I can picture him being in Monster Squad or Voyagers. But
he was in Kramer versus Kramer,
oh, was he the son?
the son, and he was nominated for an Oscar, and he was the youngest person at the time. And I don't know if there's somebody, but at the time, he was the youngest person nominated.
Wow.
And I don't think he won because it's.
That's a
But to
that's
be
a
not,
pretty deep movie
to be nominated, and yeah, he was still a young kid, and so he was in a few things when he was younger. He didn't continue on as he got older, but
I did notice I think the first couple of scenes they showed him, he was wearing a Chicago Cubs shirt. And I know that was like a big John Hughes was a big
yeah, we
he
talked
was
about
from
that.
Chicago,
We talked about that.
and he liked to use Chicago things and like Ferris Bueller's Day Off was to Abe Froman, the Sausage
The
King of
Sausage King.
Chicago, and they went to a Cubs game, and
So I think Breakfast Club was school in Chicago, like that was the scene of that. So yeah, good
yeah,
good
that's
catch
pretty
with
cool. Yep. So he wrote and directed it, John Hughes.
that. Which we did a quiz before on like movies that he directed, and we
Yeah, did he write it or did he direct it?
yeah, but this is a classic John Hughes film. A lot of people's favorite. A lot of people like Molly Ringwald. How old do you think she was during this show?
Oh, I think I saw. She was actually pretty old. I think she was like in her 20s, 23.
Nope. She was 16 years old.
She was 16. Oh no, that's right. Her and Anthony Michael Hall were.
They were both.
I think they were both 16. They're both under 18.
Yeah.
So there was a thing about when everybody would go out and party. The two of them would do like the whole wedding crasher thing, and they'd like crash bar mitzvahs and and weddings in the hotel that they were staying at.
That's funny. John Cusack was also about 16. They're all about the same age. So yeah, very rare. I thought that it's rare to have people that are actually under 18 in any of these movies. I mean, especially you have her who has a crush on Jake Ryan, who is like 23.
He was 23. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's older. She has a crush on him. I heard she really had a crush on him, and it's like that's
I think everyone else
right.
everyone else did too.
But that's a little creepy. Jake Ryan, we talked about him before that he got out of acting, right? He didn't continue.
Yeah, I was surprised. I found that he actually acted in a few other movies.
But he did.
Yeah, he was in Vision Quest. Which
He did a few
we're probably gonna do.
some decent roles.
Yeah.
But did leave acting not long
Yeah.
after. But this wasn't his only role, which I think we said before was
Yeah.
like he didn't do anything else. We're like he could have done a lot because he did turn into like a teen heartthrob overnight. But yeah, was in a couple other movies.
So Molly Ringwald, she was in a few movies before this. I saw something that Ali Sheedy was originally one of the people that they were recommending to be the lead, and they went with Molly Ringwald because John Hughes had like a headshot of her, and just with the picture of her, he put it on his wall, and he wrote the story within like a little over a weekend.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He basically wrote this
For her,
for her, and she was going to be
It was
the
going to
one.
be her, yeah.
It was going to be her.
But she was in a movie called Tempest in '82. She was in a movie that I've mentioned before, and maybe we have to do it. I might have seen it in 3D also, but it was Space Hunter: Adventures into the Forbidden Zone, 1983. Which, as we mentioned before, '83 was like a big 3D movie year. Jaws 3D.
We gotta
Dennis
get our hands on some of those old
Yeah,
3D
some
glasses
goggles.
and watch some Jaws 3D or something.
Amityville 3D was in '83 with Meg Ryan. So yeah, Space Hunter, Adventures to the Forbidden Zone was in 1983, and then of course '85 she did Breakfast Club, and right after that she followed it up with '86. She did Pretty in Pink. '87 she was in Pickup Artist with Robert Downey Jr. And then another movie you mentioned before, For Keeps, she was in 1988.
But
Stalker Chatting, I think. Cousin Keith will
yeah.
check me on that.
But for me, growing up, I do remember Long Duck Dong
Oh yeah,
being my favorite character. Like just
sexy
the
girlfriend.
automobile.
Automobile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
he
of his
probably
lines
had-
were classic, and
Considering he was such a side role
Yeah.
person,
nothing
he
to
drew
do
a
with
lot
the
of
movie.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
The main character, it's a dance. Is this like he's some foreign exchange student who hooks up with a girl.
Yeah.
He loves her big boobs. That's all. He's just like, oh, look what I found.
They don't even show where he met her.
Yeah.
He's just
They're just
all of a sudden they're together.
together. He crashes the car. He's all
Yeah.
drunk, crashes the car. But yeah, he was memorable. And just his name, Long Duck Dong,
Yeah, yeah.
was funny already. So like little things from that movie just with that character was genius in marketing. And I don't know how much they're like, oh, this is how we're gonna get more people to watch it. But it's like you could have done this whole movie without Long Duck Dong and the story of Sam and forgetting her
Everything would have been the
birthday,
same.
and she's in love with Jake Ryan, and she drops the note, and Jake Ryan finds it, and he's like, tell me more about this girl, and how he connects even with Farmer Ted and saying, do you know this girl, and how do you know her? And he's like, yeah, man, I'll hook you up. So that the whole movie could have been without Long Duck Dong, but he added so much to it.
So the scene where she gives up her panties
Okay, yeah, let's talk.
for
Let's
Farmer Ted. I mean, I get it. He just like helped her through an emotional period, but
Yeah, so
Why-
she's
why on earth would she do that?
she's sulking in the car, and he comes and he's still trying to hit on her,
Yeah,
but he ends up like being human with her, right?
Yeah.
And she's I mean, she's having a bad day. It's her 16th birthday. She's in love with Jake Ryan. He doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
It's a sad time, and he's talking to her, and then he connected. He's like, just give me your panties.
yeah.
Yeah. No way. No way that happens in real life. And then later she finds out that he actually she was her friend, right? He said, oh, by the way, I don't know how to tell you this, but my little brother paid $1 to go
Yeah.
see your panties.
Appropriate reaction she gave, but I mean, why on earth did she do that?
Yeah. You feel sorry. I mean, she felt sorry for him. All right.
I can totally see that. That whole scene, I can see that happen. Like it's just like all the freshman kids, they're all at the dance. They're all like just
And they're charging money though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched the movie or if you're not familiar, Anthony Michael Hall, Farmer Ted, makes a bet with his friends that he can have sex with Sam, or that they can hook up. And then they're like, you need to show proof. And they're like, video. And he's like, no, you can't get video. There's no way. And they're like, underpants. And then he's walking away, and they're like, girls underpants. And so that was all the proof that it needed back then to show that he had sex with Sam. And so, yeah, he goes out, he talks to her. Anyway, he ends up getting her panties. And then they show like all of these nerds are paying $1 to get into the bathroom for him to then show like, he got in there all cheering. He's like the hero for them. All right.
Oh,
All right. Take a look. This one was brought back
see a big hop.
from California. Thank you, Chase, for this one. This one is Mammoth Brewing Company from Mammoth Lakes, California. It's a hop spill hazy IPA. Not looking at anything else there. I don't know what a hop spill hazy is.
I don't know about
But it looks good.
I think Snyder's Rods lost its job because these Snack Factory pretzel chips is winning right now.
Yeah, they're good and they're just easy. You don't have to eat like the whole
Yeah,
pretzel either.
yeah,
you can take
So
like
have to
I mean you
put,
don't have
like,
to eat the
ha-
whole rod,
put the
right?
rod down.
Yeah. Oh, this is thick. Sorry, you guys are missing the pour in there. All right, not looking at anything else. Give it a. I don't know if I like the smell. I will see. Not the same. It's not going to be a 9.
I do sense some pine.
Very piney. Like it's very bitter, very different. Not pulpatine.
I wonder if it's I wonder if they got some IBUs on there.
Yeah, this one definitely is bitter. It's still good. It's different. It's not a 9 for me.
I give it an 8.5.
But it's still good. Yeah, I'll go 7.5. I'll give it the same as the fluffy. It's still good. Alcohol content probably around 7. Those two have been 7. Let's keep it going. I'll go 7 again.
I'm gonna go 6.5.
I would go higher, so I'll go 7.2. I think it might be even higher than 7, just because the bitters are kind of bringing that off. Shit, it's not. It's 6.9, so it's not higher. What'd you say?
6.5.
So
You're closer.
still close to 7.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I know I keep saying 6.5, and it's probably more likely to be a 7.
All right. Mammoth Brewing Company's Hop Spill Hazy is carefully crafted with a unique hop medley, which is complemented by a balanced and pillowy malt bill. We then dry hop this brew with nearly 3 pounds per barrel, so it gushes with smooth hop flavors to keep you coming back for more. Hop Spill Hazy showers your palate with the flavors and aromas of fresh limes and oranges, ripe peaches, and hints of guava and pineapple. Damn it, I did not get. I gotta have to try this again.
I don't taste the guava or the pineapple.
Let's read that again. Fresh limes, oranges, ripe peaches, and hints of guava and pineapple.
Maybe the guava. I don't taste pineapple though.
Hints? A hint? I'll give you a hint. But good. Thank you, Chase. Pack it in, pack it out. Mammoth Original. Hop Spill Hazy. I'll take it. It does not have, it's not a sticker can, so this won't be added to the trash can. I guess, no, this one wasn't a sticker either.
That's a. So
Yeah,
pressed
they're just,
can,
they're,
yeah.
all right. So if you missed that from earlier episodes, I like to take the stickers. A lot of these 16-ounce cans are made with stickers. If you look at the Great Notion one, you can see like the little space there.
The seam. Yeah.
Yeah, you tear that off, and I put it on my recycle bins. So I'm on my second can now. But yeah, I like to put the ones that we drink.
So we're talking about Anthony Michael Hall.
We did talk about
we
him
talked
before.
about him before with Weird Science, but I never brought this up before. I didn't realize he was in this movie in 1982. Was his first movie, and it was a movie called Six Pack.
I never even heard of that.
So Six Pack was It was a movie about a aging stock car racer, and the character was played by Kenny Rogers. And I think there was like a bunch of kids. I can't remember if they're orphans or what, but he must have been one of the kids.
No, so he didn't play like a younger Kenny Rogers or anything. He just like
No, yeah, he was one of the kids. He was one of the 6-pack, I think.
Oh, playing for the 6-pack. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But yeah, I remember watching that movie,
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
6-pack.
Yeah, we
And then,
did.
Of course, he was in Breakfast Club in '85 and Weird Science in '85.
Yeah, and then Saturday Night Live. We talked about his 1-year stint on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Which was a flop in general. Robert Downey Jr., Anthony Michael Hall, they were both in Weird Science. Both went on to SNL at the same time, and both was only on for 1 year.
Yep.
Randy Quaid was also on Saturday Night Live, probably only for about a year. Might have been the same season. I don't know. We can fact check that.
Yep.
But I know Randy Quaid was on SNL, but I don't know how long, and definitely I don't remember any of his characters, but I know he was on there.
So we talked about Jamie Gertz, Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah, I mean, his role in the movie really was like a predator. Like he was one of those won't take no.
From the
for an answer.
start.
Yeah, from the start.
From the
He just,
start.
he was coming on strong.
Give this guy credit. I
Yeah.
mean, so this was not my personality growing up with girls. I like go up and talk to people, but this guy is like the self-proclaimed like king of the dweebs. I think. What did he like?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes,
King of the Geeks. or
King of the
something like that,
Geeks, and like he knows that he's not popular compared to Jake Ryan and some of these other people, but has no problem just going up to people on the bus and saying like, "Hey, babe, like let's go out," and I just need a little confidence.
He wasn't really shooting for a senior. He just went like 1 grade higher. So
Yeah.
as a freshman, he was going for like a
Ah.
sophomore.
I'll give him that. Molly Ringwald is not known for her roles as like this girl is hot
Yeah.
and she's like the best looking girl, and you can't get the best looking girl. She plays
But-
roles as an average.
For like 4 or 5 years straight, she was like the main character in all of these movies.
Yep. Now
Um,
in Breakfast Club,
I think they all kind of
she still wasn't known as like the hot girl or the, you know, like she plays the average.
yeah.
So good job, Farmer Ted Farmer. Go for average, above average for him.
Then he date rapes Jake Ryan's girlfriend. But
But they both don't remember. Does it
Yeah.
count as date rate
yeah,
if you both don't? It probably does. Yeah, I would say.
if he had to ask if he was good, he doesn't. Yeah.
But she doesn't even know. They might have not done
Yeah.
anything. She thinks that she remembers, but she doesn't remember like people cutting her
What
hair
happened to
off.
her hair, yeah.
She is the only nude scene in the
Yeah.
entire movie. They did have one nude scene. I don't know how she got it, but yeah,
The normal gratuitous nudity is normally like around like 1 hour in. This was
it came a
5
little
minutes.
earlier. It came a
It was
little
about 5
earlier.
minutes in.
In Revenge of the Nerds, they have a little right. They have
Gratuitous,
a gratuitous similar shot, and that it came pretty early in the movie too. Like that's where they sold their pies
Mhm.
and they did all that. So
What is a pear pie?
we definitely are doing Revenge of the Nerds soon.
Yes.
That is soon. I got a fresh.
John Cusack and Joan Cusack. So this has been something I've been following for a long time. Not only movies that they've both been in, but there's a few movies that they've been brother and sister in. in the movie. One of them will Say Anything, which we definitely need.
I
to
did
do.
not know that Joan Cusack was in that.
She plays his older sister.
Mm.
But I want to say there's 3 or 4 movies that they actually play, and their brother and sister in the movie.
I mean, if I'm casting for a movie and they're both good actors,
Yeah.
and you're looking for a brother and a sister, boom, convincing. Man, you guys could be brother and sister.
I can't think of too many movies that she was in that he wasn't in, but one of them is My Bodyguard, which was in 1980. Also in 1983, she was in Class, but so he was also in Class. In 87, she was in the All Nighter. So All Nighter I mentioned before because Susanna Hoffs is in it.
Mm.
What I found out this time around when researching it was Susanna Hoffs' either brother or cousin, someone else with the last name Hoffs, directed that movie. So that's probably that's how they got her in it.
That'll do it. Yeah.
But Joan Cusack was also in that. John Cusack wasn't. But John Cusack was in Better Off Dead,
We'll do that soon.
which we're going to be doing soon. He was in Stand By Me and One Crazy Summer, both great movies. Stand By Me, he was actually the dead brother.
Oh,
But One Crazy Summer, that was with Demi Moore.
I remember that.
Yep. Then he was in 8 Men Out in 88. It was with the Black Sox scandal.
Say Anything
Chicago White Sox.
is my most recognizable John Cusack film.
That's got to be in one of my top. That's got to be in my top 10 for sure. Say Anything.
Yeah,
And the whole boombox holding.
Yeah, it's sentimental.
But you don't remember
at the
that Joan
end.
Cusack was in it? So in the movie, he was like a kickboxer. And Ione Skye was the valedictorian. She was the class president that gave the speech. And so they kind of like hook up. But in the movie, Joan Cusack is his sister. She has a son. And John Cusack is kind of like working the bag with him,
Oh,
kickboxing. But yeah,
nice.
I
gotta watch that again. For
we
sure.
will. We'll
Yeah.
rewatch that. Yeah. Anyone else on the cast?
No, but I mean, back to Anthony Michael Hall. I mean, this guy, from his like 80s acting stuff and kind of like how he did like so much TV after that I didn't even know it was Anthony Michael Hall. Like the Dead Zone TV series.
yeah.
He was in The Dark Knight, Edward Scissorhands, like all these TV shows, Psych, Riverdale. Like these are big time. When you see what he looks like as an adult, I didn't even I recognize the person, and I didn't even know that was Anthony Michael Hall. Until I remember watching some kind of, I don't even know what it was. I can't even fact check this because I know like it's not. Well, let's just say it was like a Weird Science 20 years later, and they were doing something. And then I saw him and I was like, oh, you're Anthony Michael Hall. I didn't even realize. I've seen you in so many other things and didn't even realize that was you. But yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff as an adult actor that's just not affiliated even with him as Weird Science and all of that. Jake Ryan's car. I heard, so asked for like some fun facts. That was actually John Hughes' actual car.
Oh yeah.
The red Porsche was actually John Hughes' car. much of Anthony Michael Hall's character, they just let him go. So I don't know if that was the same for Sam's brother, if a lot of his stuff was just ad lib and let him go and be a wise ass kid. But Anthony Michael Hall's character, they let him go with nice manners, babe, and all his lines, and was a lot of improv for him.
So speaking of lines, maybe about 5 years ago, there was something that everybody in Hawaii was saying, and it irritated me because I didn't think that it meant the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But it was "yeah, you,"
Okay.
and everybody was saying it.
Yeah.
And to me, "yeah, you" is Jake Ryan when Sam is like, "Who, me?"
Yeah, you.
And so when I was in high school and I would be walking around Kahala Mall and I'd see like a pretty girl, that's what I would say is like, "yeah, you."
Oh.
And so when it came up, I'd say maybe like about 4 or 5
Yeah,
years ago, it was
yeah.
kind of like a big thing in Hawaii. And I was like, man, this guy's
That's not
taking my life.
That's not the same. Yeah, it is different. Yeah, you is just like not in
It kind of, in context, it kind of is,
kind of is, but it's
but
more just
it's
like
almost like saying it without knowing where it came from.
yeah.
And to me, it's always like been the Jake Ryan line.
Yeah.
Not that I was Jake Ryan in high school, but
Or
I used to say it.
yeah, you. It's a good one. Yeah, I've never used that term. Not part of my vocabulary. Not hip for that. But yeah, heard it enough, and it wasn't like it wasn't for young kids. It was like people our age that use that term. It wasn't. It wasn't well, you're too old to know what that means. It was people our age using that term, and it was more like thumbs up. It was like, yeah, you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So like I said, I mean, it was, the context was pretty much.
But you had
Yeah.
back history.
Yeah, but I had respect for the man that it came from.
Oh. All right.
Sediment.
Take
Oh,
I could
I better switch.
I could put that mustard put that mustard on
Get
my
some
pastrami
shoyu.
sandwich. Like, all right, mix it in there. But all right, that one was right. That was the mammoth.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I don't want to spill it on the computer.
I don't know, I'm just pounding these pretzel chips.
All right, those rods have nothing on these
Yeah.
pretzel. Yeah. So we have the filters on where you can't hear us crunching on this probably too much. But much of what our speech and talking is where
Yeah.
full mouth of pretzels. That stuff is good. All right. Getting ready for our fourth beer, which means that we're just about done with.
I don't know, sediment too.
Yeah, that was good. Shall we move on to our next segment?
Yep.
All right. We did not practice this again, but it is now time for Put the Needle on the Record
Put the needle on the record.
as the drum beat goes like this. We did it without rehearsing. All right. This is another Great Notion beer that I brought home from Seattle. We were talking earlier about how many episodes we've done, and every episode we drink about 4 of these beers, sometimes a little bit more. And if this is episode 22, that we're about 80 plus different beers.
Yeah.
We've overlapped a couple.
Only a couple though, compared to like the 80 beers that we've had are pretty much been all different beers.
So I brought a bunch of Great Notion beer back. North Left might be one that we've had before. But
I don't even
I do know that they have a different, they at least have a different picture on their label
Oh, maybe that's why. Because I don't.
which
remember
makes
that
it
picture.
different to me.
Yeah.
So it's already different. I do have a north left sticker on my recycle bin. On my trash can, there is a sticker. So I've had it either here or on my own because the trash can is not just from the podcast.
Yeah.
So I have had this before. I don't remember, and I like the art. So we're gonna have it again, or for the first time. All right, yeah, these 16-ounce cans.
Yeah. After the whole weekend that we had all those 12-ounce cans.
Yeah, we were going. So we did go through a bunch. So our podcast here, we go through 4, sometimes 5 if we have a bonus dessert one like we do today. But typically, yeah, it's 4 16-ounce beers, and the 21.5 again. Recommend that you guys listen to it because we just talk about a bunch of nonsense. But it's fun. You get to know us a little bit more in our personal lives.
And the top 3 beers that we picked are going on to the menu.
Go check out
Yeah,
Waikai
Waikai.
and
Halia by Side Street.
but we took down a pretty decent amount of beer on there, and I felt all right going home too.
Yeah,
I didn't drive. I got picked up, so it was even more so that we went heavy on the drinking. Smells good. Thank you, Great Notion.
Yep.
All right. I am not going to go as high as the Palpatine. The Palpatine was that was a little better than this.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll go 8 as well. It's Great Notion hazy. They got the recipe. I forgot to choose alcohol by volume, but they've all been about 7, and I would have said 7.
So I'm going to say 6.8.
How about 6.8? This one was, yeah, it does because it's smooth. It doesn't taste as heavy. Little bit exactly. It's spot on. Yeah. So this is a 6.8 hazy IPA. Let's see if there's anything special written on here. No. It's not a collaboration. It's not anything. It's just a great beer. All right. So we've had or I've had a North Left sometime in my life. I don't remember it's from the podcast or not. If any super fan remembers that, then great on you. You definitely deserve to be a super fan. Oh, we start remembering like all the beers that we drank. Imagine that. No, don't imagine. Like
We'd have to
can't
go
imagine
back
that.
and make a list.
All right. But that being said, we are talking about Madonna today. So our spotlight today is for Madonna. I'll just read a little bit. And not Madonna, like Madonna has been an artist that is from the 80s. She became very popular in the 80s. She's actually been around from before the 80s, and she's still around. So when you talk about like longevity and going, we're not going to go over. We could talk a whole nother.
Yeah, I kind of kept it to the 80s. Just what I looked up.
All I looked up.
But
was,
of all the artists that we've talked about in the past, she might be the only one that has a Playboy pictorial
and a sex book.
with hair under her arms, but
Yeah. So I did, her sex book was not from the 80s. We did talk about Vanilla Ice, and he was part of that sex book with her. I didn't read too much about that,
he must have been an extra.
but there was some significance in his career with that book. And anyway, we're not going to get into that. But in the 80s and from like our childhood, the Playboy edition with Madonna and her hairy armpits was part of what we grew up with. I'm not even sure what's in that sex book. And it was, I guess, taken off the shelves, and Madonna realized that it was like, whoa, what the hell am I doing? All right. Madonna's rise in the 1980s cemented her status as a global pop culture icon. Bursting onto the scene with her self-titled debut album in 1983, she quickly became known for her infectious dance pop hits and provocative image. Albums like a Virgin, True Blue, and Like a Prayer produced a string of #1 singles, including Material Girl, Papa Don't Preach, and Like a Prayer. Beyond her music, Madonna was a fashion trailblazer, influencing a generation with her eclectic style that blended punk, new wave, and religious iconography. Her signature looks, featuring layered accessories, fishnet stockings, lace gloves, and crucifixes, were widely emulated. She masterfully utilized the burgeoning MTV platform, transforming music videos into artistic statements that push boundaries and spark cultural conversations. So, Madonna in the 80s. We've talked about Madonna quite a bit. In fact, the last episode we announced, oh, we're gonna do Madonna, and then we did Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Because we started talking about drums and drumming. And then what I found out about Madonna,
She plays drums.
she plays the drums. Her first band, she was in a band. So before she released her first album, she was in a band.
Wait, was it Bananarama?
It was not, but it was called The Breakfast Club.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
Madonna was in a group called The Breakfast Club. You can go onto YouTube, look it up, and hear her music. This was from the 70s. She learned a lot about what it means to be in the music business, and she played the drums. Knowing that, we could have related her to Ringo Starr, and 2 weeks ago, Madonna, you could have made it on to Collaborate and Listen.
Oh.
It's all right. You waited a couple weeks. You're here. You're on it.
And we're still on a drummer trend.
And we can still announce you as a drummer. But yeah, she was a drummer and then wanted to be more the lead singer, get more involved. But yeah, when I heard the name of that group was The Breakfast Club, I'm like, oh,
Perfect.
John Hughes. Like, we're going all kind of full circles. I'm glad we picked Madonna for this. But yeah, as much as we talk about Cyndi Lauper being iconic in the 80s, and I mean, there's nobody, I would say, in the 80s, nobody more popular, iconic, controversial, in the news, in the media, on MTV, like in anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 #1 singles just in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what else she's known for is having, I think, the most #2 songs. Right? So she has a whole bunch of #1s. We talked about the Beatles being #1 with top 100 hits. She has all kinds of records for maybe not the top 100, but for I wrote down a whole bunch, but yeah, she has world records. Not like, yeah. Anyway, she's got all kinds of records.
Yeah, because she was, I mean, she was like pop, dance. She had like slow songs that were popular. She was just a trendsetter, As like
she is known as to keep changing, to keep up with the times, to keep up. I mean, she's had albums that she started out, they're kind of like dance albums. Is I think, I don't know if the genre dance R&B, or like, I don't, yeah, but she holds the Guinness. She's recognized by the Guinness World Records as the best-selling female recording artist of all time. Right? So it doesn't make you the best singer, doesn't make you any, just best-selling. She has sold over 300 million units worldwide, and it's hard to even say. Like, they say some sources, it's not like a super good number. Like, you can't reference it. Like, some could be as high as 400 million, which the Beatles and other males and male groups have all done it, but as a female group, Madonna holds
It's
some
hard to-
records there.
I mean, you take someone like the Beatles that was never part of the internet era, and you have Madonna that crossed over. Anybody
But
that
even
had
that-
like, I mean, like
Yeah.
everything was about album sales, you know, and then now you're talking about how many
Yeah,
views you have,
That's
how
where it
many,
gets tricky. Yeah.
And she maintained that level in the transition.
Yeah, actual album sales compared to purchasing on iTunes.
Yeah,
that became
yeah.
a thing. Like, how much did you How much did you sell on iTunes?
Or how many,
you know?
how many downloads did you get?
Streams and this and that. Yeah, so a lot of the records and a lot of the things that we talk about in the 80s have to do with the Billboard Top 100 sales, and this because
Platinum,
people
yeah,
actually
how-
bought.
This album went platinum.
They bought albums and they bought records, like they bought cassettes and things. But I do remember the Immaculate Collection, which was her best of Madonna, and that was a solid. She had 3 very big albums in the 80s. I think it was Madonna, the first one, herself titled one, which had Borderline. We talked about Lucky
Lucky
Star,
Star, yeah.
Shining Star.
Holiday.
We also talked about Shining,
Yeah,
not Shining Star, but Lucky
Holiday,
Star,
Holiday was part of that too. Yeah,
And there was one song that she released even before, but I think it was on that album. And I looked it up, and it was, I shouldn't have even brought it up, but it'll be in the fact check. But there's one more song that when you hear it, you'll be okay. I remember it. Yeah, that's Madonna. And you may not have realized that was from her first album. But it was released in 1979, and then also added on to her first album. But then she had
Like a Virgin.
Like a Virgin, which, and then even one more after that, Like a Prayer, I think was the third.
Like
But
a Prayer.
all-
Yeah.
But all of these albums had just like hit after hit after hit.
Like
and
a Virgin, Material Girl, Crazy for You,
Vogue.
Vogue, To Dress You Up, Live to Tell, Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, Who's That Girl, Like a
Who's
Prayer.
That Girl was a fun one.
That was
yeah.
all like in the 80s.
Yeah, those are.
That was just in the 80s. Yeah.
I'm not gonna read through this, but I literally have 2 pages of facts about records, like Guinness records, Billboard records of like just she holds all these. So I'll just read the first one. She's the highest grossing solo touring artist of all time. She's grossed over $1.5 billion from her concert tours.
That's more than Taylor Swift, more than Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's a lot of people to be
She's
powering over.
She's the first female artist to surpass $1 billion in touring revenue. $1 billion is a lot of money
That's
in touring revenue. Forget about record sales. Forget about movie. Like, forget about all the
that's just how
other.
much she made for people that wanted to see her in concert.
That's. How's this one? So I said I wasn't going to read one, but this largest audience for a standalone concert. Her free concert in Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro in 2024, just 2024, drew 1.6 million fans. I don't know where you put 1.6 million fans.
On the beach.
How do you get music to 1.6 million. The Aloha Stadium used to house 50,000 fans. 20 Aloha Stadiums is 1 million. So you have 1.6. You have that's a lot of Aloha Stadiums that you got to fill. And it was a free like that's. I mean that'll give you records.
I can see that.
And that's in 2024. How is she still bringing in millions of people to a concert somehow?
Picking out hits since 1983 and still doing it in 2024.
2024. She is. Fuck, did I say when
That's
she
40
was born? I mean,
That's
she's
40 years. 40 years of cranking out music.
so she's not 40 years old. Like she's
Yeah.
she's. Oh, I don't remember when she was born, but yeah, she's
If it's
in
online,
her.
that's definitely something we're going to be checking out after the podcast. Is we got to check it out. We
But
gotta
she's in her
see, like,
she's in her 60s.
what does that look like? Over 1 million people in one place.
That's ridiculous. That is just that's just a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's just I don't even know. Again, she does hold the record for most number 2 hits on Billboard Hot 100, which is 6 of her singles, just missing the number 1 spot. There was one that I looked up was so Madonna, her number 1 hits on Billboard chart for this is under the Hot Dance Club Play singles. So if you're just looking at dance singles, so not the top 100, but this is part of Billboard. So on the Billboard Hot Dance Club Play singles, she has over 46 number 1 singles. Right. Again, the Beatles on the top 100 was 20, which is like unsurpassable. But in this category of hot dance and club play, she has 46 singles. There's like 13 songs that you release on an album.
So again, I've mentioned this before. Singles were a big thing for me. I used to buy 45s all the time. And that's crazy that she had that many singles that were hits.
Yeah, she's got the best-selling compilation, the Immaculate Conception, sold over 30 million copies. I mean, just crazy. Now, we're getting close to the end of this podcast. I feel like we've been going on for a while, but I do have a quiz for us.
Oh.
I a lot of times during this part we play songs and we kind of reminisce on some of the songs. Hey, these songs are out there, and honestly, I think if I played these songs, we'd get blocked and banned.
Which, it happens.
So
For those of you that don't know how YouTube works,
so if you listen on YouTube and you listen to the Cyndi Lauper episode, you may have noticed that you didn't hear any of her songs. Yeah, it's because YouTube blocked them all. Back before we get to the quiz, we got sure. So we said last time that I brought back a bunch of dessert beers, and we did a great notion, and this is also a great notion. So this one is Blueberry Muffin.
Ooh.
Fruit in the can. It's a tart smoothie ale. Last time it was similar to this. It was some kind of a tart smoothie,
It was
something.
like an apple cobbler or something like that.
All right, so we got blueberry muffin, fruit in the can. Oh,
My favorite kind of muffin. Oh, and it's purple.
look at that.
A lot of blueberry in there.
Yee. All right, don't get this on your shorts.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a smoothie. It's like an acai smoothie.
All right. So again, there's a Pulpatine.
Great notion.
Yeah, is that the same? Nope, different. All right, blueberry muffin, fruit in a can, tart smoothie ale.
Looks like a smoothie.
This is not your hazies anymore,
Block
kids.
myself out with this.
It
It smells like a blueberry muffin, which is my favorite. So
oh, that's tart. Oh,
tastes like a blueberry smoothie. Some lemon in there.
it's tart. Yeah, so I'm making the face of like, oh, but not that it's not good. It's actually, it actually tastes exactly what it's advertised as.
Just like the last one with the
Yeah.
apple,
Whatever it
Dutch
was.
apple pie or whatever.
Hard to give it a quaffable rating. Again, this is not something that I would drink all day, every day.
No, but I would give it a.
But it's not cookie butter. Like it's a
I
good
definitely
dessert
give
beer.
it more than a cookie butter. I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah, 6. I was thinking like 6, 7 for a dessert beer.
Yep.
It's pretty good. I have no idea how much alcohol it is.
I'm gonna guess
I think the last one,
8.
yeah, the last one was higher than we thought it was
Yeah.
because it doesn't taste 8 at all.
Yeah.
Like this tastes smooth. You could just drink it.
Like
It
blueberry.
tastes 5. To me,
Yeah.
it tastes 5. But knowing what we had last time, which was closer to 8, I'm gonna say 5 just because I hope it is. It's
I'm
an
gonna
ale,
say 8 because that's what I think.
because
what
that's
I
what
think it is.
That's what it probably. All right, it is 6. Yeah, it tastes
You're closer. Yeah.
okay. So
Okay, so 6.
that's good. Blueberry muffin, fruit in the can, tart ale with blueberry and natural flavor, 6% alcohol by volume. All right, so great. Not as big as the last one. That's what it tastes like. Good job,
It
great
tastes like the
notion.
tartness is trying to mask more liquor.
Yeah.
But I guess not. It's just tart.
No, it's just tart. It tastes about there. All right. All right. I know this episode's already going long, so let's hit it. We'll do this quiz, and then we'll sign off.
But what are we before we cut it off after this this quiz?
Oh,
Next
we
episode.
gotta talk about that.
So the next episode is going to be our 1-year anniversary. Not quite 26 episodes, but
We didn't do one
pretty
every
damn
2
close
weeks.
considering. I mean,
We got the bonus one
Yeah,
in there,
yeah.
and so out of 26 possible episodes, if we did one every 2 weeks, it would have been 26. This is episode 23,
23. Going to be 23.
and then next one will be 24.
No, this is 22.
Well, 22,
Well,
but 23.
We did 21 and a half. So
Yeah. So
22, 23. Yeah. So it's
long story short, we've cranked these out about
Yeah, we've been pretty close.
almost every 2 weeks. So, but
But
yeah,
anyway, so our 1-year anniversary is going to be coming up. That's the next movie, and it's the last one in our theme song.
it's the only one we haven't done yet.
Yeah, so we're going to do Ghostbusters.
Confirmed.
And we were talking about the musical, the group that we were going to do.
Gotta do
We're
it.
talking about doing Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys.
But with all of this stuff that you've brought back from Seattle, do you want to do Sir Mix-a-Lot instead?
No, let's do
Okay,
Beastie
we'll stick
Boys.
with Beastie
We
Boys.
did this last
Yeah.
time with
I keep changing it up, and we keep changing
that,
it up on the last.
but we
Yeah.
will have to do.
We'll do Sir Mix-a-Lot at some point.
Sir Mix-a-Lot soon.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Sir Mix-a-Lot enough on 21.5 when we
Yeah,
were talking
and
about.
we did do a lot of his music.
So, okay, and we're also doing a special recording at Side Street. We haven't worked out all the details.
Yeah.
But we're confirming. I don't know if we'll figure it out.
Nikki might not know it yet, but we're probably just gonna show
We're
up.
gonna-
at
we're gonna
Kapalua
show
Side
up.
Street, and
We're gonna show up, knock on the door, and say, "Yeah, let us in." And we'll figure out what we're drinking. You know, we always do beer when we go to Side Street. We also talked about this: is that They have all kinds of alcohol there, and we don't have necessarily like just unlimited, not unlimited, but we don't have a lot of different types of alcohol, and so we might do a vodka tasting of all these different types of vodka, or whiskey, I think is what we brought up last time. And so we'll figure out what we're doing, but I will guarantee that I'm not driving home after that episode.
Nor will I.
And so we'll probably have more drinking than
We might get Uber as a sponsor.
than normal. Yeah. I'm looking, we're definitely not driving, and we will put some hard liquor into that episode.
Yeah.
But also some beer, because this movie, this podcast is about drinking beer. All right, now, since we made that announcement, looking forward to that in a couple of weeks. Got a little quiz for Madonna. I did this. I didn't look through the answers. I didn't even look through what was on here. So we'll see what AI and ChatGPT came up with for us. But what was the title of Madonna's debut studio album released in 1983? We're just talking a little bit about this album. We didn't say the name of it. So, Like a Virgin, True Blue, Madonna, or Like a Prayer.
Oh, her debut album was her name, but in '83, I want to say Like a Virgin was her. I'm gonna go with Like a Virgin.
So I did say her
said
first
Madonna
album
was
was
her
her
first.
self-titled album, Madonna. So I think it's Madonna. I do have the
Yeah,
answers
Like a
written
Virgin
separate here.
was on Madonna.
It wasn't. Like a Virgin was her next album, which I think came out shortly after. We have to look this up, but I think Like a Virgin, maybe 1985, 84, 85. Like right after Like a Virgin was the next one, and then Like a Prayer was the last one in the 80s. But okay, Madonna is the correct answer for this one. All right. Which song gave Madonna her first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1983?
Lucky Star.
So
I'm gonna say Lucky Star.
it's from that initial album. I'm gonna say Holiday. I think Holiday was her first one. I don't know if Holiday was a top 10 hit.
I want to say Holiday was later.
I do know that Holiday is from her first album. So
okay.
Holiday, Borderline, Lucky, Everybody. That's the song that I said,
You could've-
everybody. Okay, so these are her four songs that made it from her first album that were popular. I say Holiday.
I say Lucky Star.
All right, let's see. Holiday is the correct answer. That was the first song from that album, and iconic. I mean, I can still picture that song. It's a great song. I love that song. All right. Oh, okay. In what year did Madonna release her iconic album Like a Virgin? So 1983.
The single came out.
Is her no? We said 1983 is the Madonna album.
Mm-hmm. So the single Like a Virgin came out in 1983. The album Like a Virgin might have came out after. So I'm gonna say 84.
You say Like a Virgin single came out? No, Like a Virgin.
The single it could have came out. I want to say Like a Virgin came out the same time as Holiday, but Holiday was in the Madonna album. Like a Virgin was in the Like a Virgin album. So 84.
All right. I say 85. I say you had to have some time between. So Like a Virgin is from the Like a Virgin album. I say 85, but definitely between. Okay, let's see. Correct answer 84.
So that my thing I had 84 was when Like a Virgin came out.
Yeah.
So 83
so what
was
you have?
Holiday and Lucky Star was 83. Sorry.
So what I have is the correct answer.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Yeah, so quick. I mean, to have these top four hits, those were hits. Borderline, Lucky Star, like those were hits in
Oh,
1983, and then now in '84.
That's crazy because I can
Yes.
picture Holiday coming out later. Like
Feels like
after-
it. Feels like
after
it.
she was already known.
Yeah, feels like
Yeah.
it was more popular later. All right. Which song from the Like a Virgin album caused controversy for its music video featuring Madonna dancing in a wedding dress? Material Girl, Dress You Up, Like a Virgin, or Angel?
I'm gonna say Material Girl.
Yeah, Like a Virgin, she wasn't in a wedding dress.
Well, Dress You Up would be the only other one I would think maybe, but I think Material Girl.
I mean, there was a lot of her songs that kind of cross this.
She had like a lace
Yeah,
outfit on or
I'm
something.
Catholic. I'm this.
Yeah.
I'm that. I'll go. Material Girl was not a wedding dress.
Well, I'm thinking Material Girl was same time as Like a Virgin.
From the Like a Virgin album. All right. All right. I'll go Dress You Up just because I don't think it's well like a virgin. She must have. Which song from the Like a Virgin album? It's got to be Like a Virgin. All right.
Okay, I'll go Material Girl.
All right. It's Like a
Oh.
Virgin. All right. Go. Sometimes the obvious is the obvious.
They made it too obvious.
Madonna starred opposite which actor in the 1985 film Desperately Seeking Susan? George,
Regina Arquette.
if you
Regina Arquette is the
all right.
and also
we're moving.
and also none of the other people were in it.
But us affiliated somehow. Okay, so True Blue, released in 1986, was dedicated to which important person in Madonna's life at the time? Her father, her husband Sean Penn, her mother, or her fans? I'm guessing this is Sean Penn. I don't know. True Blue,
I'm gonna say her mother.
dedicated to which important person in? All right. The correct answer is her husband Sean Penn.
Huh.
Her mother, I did read, kind of passed away suddenly. Madonna had a hard time reacting with that, and then didn't really come to terms until she had that documentary, which like it was kind of like, what was the name of that documentary? I know it followed her on a tour, and she was like in bed, like Truth or Dare, I think it was called Truth or Dare. And in that documentary, she went into her mother's grave and kind of settled a lot of things. But that was after 1986 that she actually started dealing with her mother. All right, which Madonna song from 1986 features a distinct Spanish influence and its music video pays homage to bullfighting? All right. La
Isla Bonita is the only one that's Spanish.
Okay. Well, we'll move on. La Isla Bonita. I took Spanish in high school, and I remember hearing that song and thinking like that I understood a lot of the words that was from that song. All right. What was the name of Madonna's first world tour, which took place in 1985? The Virgin Tour, Who's That Girl Tour, Blonde Ambition Tour, Like a Prayer Tour.
Oh,
Blonde
I remember the Blonde Ambition tour.
Ambition.
I want to say that was later.
Yeah, because I think the Blonde Ambition Tour was the one from the movie Truth or Dare that they followed that Blonde Ambition Tour. So I want to say that was later too.
Like a Prayer. I'm gonna say Like a Prayer.
In 1985, Who's That Girl? The Virgin. I'm gonna go with the Virgin. We're gonna go like Virgin again. I say the Virgin
Which came out
Tour.
in '84. So
The Virgin Tour is the correct answer. All right, these are all like starting to sync up. All right, moving on. Next page here. Which song, a ballad from the True Blue album, was written for the film At Close Range, starring her then husband? All right. I believe her husband at the time was Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, yeah, which we know was True Blue was about.
And La Isla Bonita, probably not again. Which song? Live to Tell, Open Your Heart, Papa Don't Preach. Live-
close range. I say Live to Tell.
Live to Tell or Open Your Heart. I'll go
I think
live.
it's Live to Tell.
Yeah, I'll go Live to Tell as well. And yes, Live to Tell. Not too familiar. I'm not familiar with that song at all.
Live
All right.
to Tell.
Yeah.
I think if you hear it, you'll.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
All right. In 1987, Madonna starred in the film Who's That Girl? And also recorded most of its soundtrack. Which song from the soundtrack became a global hit? Who's That Girl? Probably.
Probably.
Again, I don't want to look too deep into these. Causing
I
a
don't
Commotion, The Look of Love, and Spotlight. I don't know those
I
songs
don't think
either.
Causing a Commotion is her either.
All right.
That
Who's
song-
That Girl? All right.
Yeah.
Stupid. Like a Prayer, released in 1989. All right, we're getting late 80s. Featured a gospel choir and dealt with themes of religion and passion. What major brand famously pulled its sponsorship of Madonna due to the controversial music video for the title track? Pepsi, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, or Nike? I do know this one, I think.
This sounds like a thing that McDonald's would pull.
I believe it's Pepsi. I think it was soda. It is Pepsi.
Oh.
Now, I didn't get a chance to talk about this, but I did look up Like a Prayer, and this song is, or part of the controversy about this song is that it's about fellatio. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Down on my knees, I want to take you there, right? What is? Yeah, I'm down on my knees.
Let me take you there.
I want to take you there. Talks about fellatio. All right, we're getting close to the end here. Which of these songs from the Like a Prayer album addresses Madonna's relationship with her family and her past? Express Yourself, Cherish, Oh Father, Dear Jesse. I did like Cherish. Cherish was one of my favorite songs of hers. Express Yourself is also a good song. I don't know if these
That's the only two that I can think of that.
but
I
address
was-
her relationship with her family and her past. Maybe Oh Father. It's talking about her father. Because Express Yourself and Cherish, those are kind of like, I don't think so. I would say Oh Father, even though I don't
I'll
even,
go with Cherish.
it is Oh Father. I promise I did not look at these, and I definitely promise
feel
that
like-
George did
I feel
not
like
look
I'm
at
doing
these.
a 80s hair band thing with cousin Keith here.
Okay, Madonna famously performed Like a Virgin at the first ever MTV Video Music Awards in 1984. What memorable prop did she use during this performance? A giant cross, a wedding veil, a rose bouquet, a crucifix necklace.
I want to see a wedding veil.
Gotta be, yeah, a cross, rose, that's nothing, a necklace. All right, I'll
I think
agree.
it was a wedding veil.
Wedding veil. Correct answer is wedding veil. All right, and I think this is the last one. What was the title of the song from her debut album that she co-wrote with Reggie Lucas, who I don't have any idea who that is? Became a massive dance
no
club
relation
hit.
to George Lucas, by the way. But
So we already talked about that her first album had 4 songs. Only one of these is on that, which is Holiday. And
not everybody.
Oh,
Everybody
true.
was one of them too.
all right. Title song from her debut album that she co-wrote with Reggie Lucas and became a massive dance club hit. Everybody was popular, but did it become a massive dance club hit?
Holiday, I think, would fall in that.
Has to
category,
be Holiday.
yeah. Holiday.
But everybody, thanks for putting in like what could have been. Oh shucks, it was everybody.
It was.
It was everybody. And
Everybody.
bonus, we got one more.
Oh,
All right, last one for sure. Before Like a Prayer in 1989, what was Madonna's final single release in the 1980s that peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100? Express Yourself, Cherish, Like a Prayer, Oh Father. Before Like a Prayer. All right, good one.
so why would Like a Prayer be one of them?
So I'm gonna say, yeah, C is not.
I'm gonna say cherish.
I like cherish as an answer, but I think I read that
Express
cherish
yourself.
was. I think I read that cherish was number 2. So I'm gonna go with express yourself. I don't have the answers there. The correct answer is cherish.
Hey, I redeemed myself.
Though Like a Prayer also hit number 1 in 1989, Cherish was the last single released from that album within the 80s to hit number 1 before the new decade. All right. Well, George is sipping on empty cups. I got my last sip here.
So next episode, we'll be at Side Street.
Somehow, somewhere,
We'll figure- if
sometime,
it might be out on a bus stop in front on Kapahulu.
we'll figure that out.
And it's gonna be we're gonna be talking about Beastie Boys.
and
and the movie is
Ghostbusters.
gonna be Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. So go watch it. We'll figure out. We might invite some super fans down. We might do a live recording. That's been talked about. That maybe some people want to join us.
We've had some super fans that have been pretty upset that they haven't been invited to
Yeah.
the studio.
It's a public place, so we'll see. Well, you won't know because we're not announcing exactly when we're going because we don't know when we're going,
Yeah.
but we are going. Well, we're looking forward to it. Recording, having a lot of fun. Collaborate and listen. Episode 22, the birthday
22.
episode.
It's a lot of IPAs we had.
Yeah, and the blueberry market. All right. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
See you soon.